Happy Monday, everyone. This is Todd Thoughton here from Thoughton Physical Therapy here for Facebook Live, episode number 45. Todd's tip of the day, recipe for success, how you can crush your New Year's resolutions for 2019. So again, I'm excited to be here. And in this episode, you will learn what my 3 top tips are to help you crush those goals for 2019 and stay with them. So Tracy here from the office, this was her suggestion. Because a lot of people now have made New Year's resolutions, and a lot of people tend to fizzle out about this time of year, even though it's only been a few weeks in. So that's why I'm connected here with this. So my name again is Todd Thoughton here from Thoughton Physical Therapy in Attleboro, Massachusetts. I'm a physical therapist that's passionate about helping you, the consumer, and helping people. I really believe in the mindset piece is a huge portion that we really need to work on when someone comes in to get work on their physical body. You can reach out to me personally on Facebook or Instagram, anything like that. And I do answer every single one of the questions or comments that you do have. So here we go. So if you want to have a breakthrough to reach your New Year's resolutions or reach a goal that you might have in life to push through that ceiling, you're going to need to do 3 things. I'm going to start with the least important. It is important, but the least important out of the 3. This is where people usually start, and you're going to see why you should never start with this piece. But I'm going to explain it to you first because that's what everybody recognizes as the first thing that they do. The first thing that people come up with is they look for a strategy. So a definition of a strategy is a specific way of doing something that will get your intended result each and every time that you do it. So you want to find a strategy that is going to work for you. But there's no need to reinvent the wheel. So a really good thought or idea is that you want to reach out or follow somebody or reach out to someone that has proven through their strategy to get the results that you want. If you have the right strategy at the wrong time, you're not going to get the result that you want. So you need to have the right strategy at the right time. For example, if you're having an issue with your kneecap and you go to the doctor and it's a lot of pain and you have a little bit of arthritis, but if you go back and talk to them enough times, they will eventually do surgery on you. Then you realize after surgery, you come to physical therapy and your knee's not really feeling any better. And then your therapist goes, wow, you're not really feeling better. Well, let me take a look at your back. Then we realize you have a herniated disc or a bulging disc in your back causing your knee pain. So again, that was the right solution to have your knee surgery, but maybe at the wrong time because we should have investigated the back first. So even when you have the perfect strategy, a lot of people aren't willing to do what it takes, and that's why this is the 3rd most important piece. And the strategy, any strategy that you have is going to be completely useless with these other 2 important pieces. So the next piece, so strategy is number 1, 2 is also an S, and it's the story. The story that you put with something. Do you know anybody, a friend or family, someone that you know, a relative, that has generally a good story? Is this person positive? Is this person limitless? Do you find that they can do anything? Yes, you're going to find when people are generally positive and they always can find good in something, they're usually successful. On the flip side, if you have someone who's always finding something wrong, someone who has no solutions, they point out everything that's wrong, why something can't happen, they always put up roadblocks, we can't do that, that's the first thing that they say. Generally, these people are not successful. So when patients come into physical therapy, I absolutely love hearing when I say, oh, how are you feeling? Well, I'm not really feeling any better. Oh, well, why aren't you feeling any better? Well, I don't know. So I ask them, have you done your exercises or have you been following what we gave you for a prescription? Well, no, I really haven't had time. I've been too busy. I was sick. Took my dog to the vet. We have all these excuses that we come up with, and basically what they're saying is they didn't really find value, or that they didn't really have a buy-in. So their story could be is that this is going to be too much work. Where if someone has a good story, you're going to be successful. For example, I know that this is going to be hard to do my exercises, but I know that I'm going to be eventually feeling better. A good story is going to send something positive in the brain, which is going to make you want to do it, which is going to make you be successful. But we also know that it's going to take a little bit of work. So I'm not saying that it's not going to take any work, but we know everything in life takes work. So if you make it a good story, you're going to be most likely be successful. If you make it a bad story, you're likely going to not be successful. Also love when people say, I've tried everything. if you've always say that phrase, if you commonly say that phrase about trying everything that's a story, that's probably not going to bode to having a successful outcome on the other side. Sometimes you're going to find that your story may be true, and but that's not the reason why you're not reaching your goal. For example, it's not a must for you. It's not a must for you to do, to take that strategy and to help you to reach your goal. For example, some people say, I have too many bills that I can't afford to go to physical therapy to get better. I'm not able to do that. But if you made your health a must, you could find another way. You could get another job. You could allocate some money in a different time. So there's always a way that we can find to reach our goal as long as it's important enough. Negative stories also kill your hunger, kill your desire to get something done. Faulty thoughts kind of get in the way as well and also slow our progress. When we look to find the how, and we look at the strategy first, we don't even get to the story. But when we get to the story, and if it's negative, then we're definitely not going to probably follow a good strategy. So example of a good story would be, in my head, it's going to be hard to get in better shape, but I know that I'm going to get there and I know that I'm going to do it. An example of a bad story would be, if I don't have enough resources, I can't do this. I can't open up a business because I don't have enough resources to be able to do that. Well, we know if you don't have enough resources, it's not the lack of resources in our life, it's always a lack of resourcefulness. So that would be an example of a bad story. A good story is, I have unlimited resources and I am limitless and I can do whatever I want. So that's the second one, is our story. The third one, and to me is the most important one, is the state. Being in a good state. People have heard me talk about this before, but if we're in a good state goes along with, well, our state determines how we think and how we feel, goes with our emotion. If you can figure out a way by being in a good state, by changing your physiology, by moving, then you're going to have more of a positive outlook. When you're going to have a positive outlook and you're in a great state, of course you're going to have great stories. And of course you're going to have great strategies. That's what just goes along with it. So when you're in a good state, you have good stories, you find good strategies, it all works together. But on the other hand, if you are in a bad state, always making up excuses why you can't do something, always seeing the negative first, you're going to have negative stories. You have negative stories, you're going to go with negative strategies. Or even if they're good strategies, you're going to pick the wrong time to do them. So bad state where it's only negative makes you unsuccessful. So in a state, the state of mind that you're in can really change any one of these. So why is this really important? So we've talked about, we want to address and we want to work on our crushing our goals for 2019. So now we know that if we have a goal that we want to set, we want to be in a good state, we want to have a good story, and we want to be positive, whether it's a weight loss goal, whether it's a financial goal, whether it's a personal development goal, whether it's a relationship goal. You want to be in a good state because many things happen from being in a good state. You want to put a good spin on it, put a good focus, have a good story, and then you're going to develop a good strategy and pick the right strategy at the right time, and you're going to be successful. So if you do all these, you do these three things, you're guaranteed to crush your goals for 2019. Please feel free to reach out to me at todd@thoughtonphysicaltherapy.com. Tag someone that you think that this might be useful for, because everybody, we all have new goals, and we are all working on our resolutions for the year. Have a great night. See you next week.